when a young black man and a young white man are sitting before a judge or standing before a judge, the perception is one of them has a future, one of them has the rest of their life, but then the other one doesn't have a future. And the person sentencing involved in those radically unequal sentences for a black teenager or a white teenager, they're not thinking, hey, can I really abuse this black person? But they're part and parcel of a historical system which said that that black person has no future. Those of us who have lived here for a long time have seen some of the differences. And basically the difference is that the neighborhoods are viewed differently. If you're in East Gainesville, the neighborhood is perceived as somehow having more criminals in that neighborhood, whether that's right or wrong. And I've talked to a lot of young African-American men and teenage boys who've emphasized to me over and over and over again that they feel that they are being singled out by the police in East Gainesville, but other parts of Gainesville as well, for unequal treatment. And you've seen the police try to address that issue. They brought Shaquille O'Neal here to do a pickup basketball game, earlier in the year. And I think the reason they did that was to try to build a more positive community relationship between the police and African Americans in general. For decades, the police, up to really the 1960s, in Gainesville proper, there's a heavy Ku Klux Klan element in the policing of this county. And that, again, is historically irrefutable. But the question is, now that there is not the Klan element in the police, how do we change historical behaviors that were kind of set in place before you and I were even born? I mean, most of the students at the University of Florida, are here to learn. And even on game days, there will be thousands of them in the library and not in the stadium. But then there are younger people who, they'll have a keg, it's 2 in the morning, and they'll have an all-night party. And the perception is, again, that they can get away with things that if they were in East Gainesville, they would not be able to get away with. Underage drinking, drug use, so on and so forth. And no one is saying that we want to lock those people up. It's that, hey, if you're going to take it easy on one part of the community, or you're going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and you're going to say, if you're 19 years old and you're a UF student and you're partying, maybe you shouldn't get a 10-year sentence for that in prison. And so if that's true, and I think most of us would agree with that, then why should a 19-year-old young man in East Gainesville get a 10-year sentence for marijuana possession? That's the question that this society has yet to really address.